Very good morning to everyone. So we have entered into the fifth unit, design of the digital control systems using conventional techniques. So far, we have discussed the first topic in the unit one, that is transient response and its specifications. Transient response and specifications. So next, we are entering into the second topic, that is steady state response and the specification. Steady state response and the specification. Okay. So, as I have discussed in the previous class, this steady state response is regarding to the, that means correspondence to the input function, that is holds regarding to the input function. The steady state responses is going to be calculated through the poles of the input function. Poles of the input function. Okay. So, from this particular steady state responses, we are able to calculate the steady state error. From this steady state responses, we can able to calculate not only determining the performance of the system, that means whether it may be stable, unstable, marginally stable. Not only analyzing the performance of the system, apart from the analyzing of, that means calculating the performance, we can also measure the steady state error. The steady state error. And this particular steady state error is also carried out through the input functions such as step function, ramp function, parabolic function, and whatever were with the input functions which is given to the system. Which is given to the system. So for our guidance, let us see the block diagram representation of a closed loop system. Closed loop system. So, in the closed loop system, you must be aware of a feedback path which is consisting of a variable h of s. H of s. Okay. So, in the previous class, we have analyzed the transient response using a unity feedback, but here we have considered a function h of s. We have considered a function h of s. Okay. As similar to the previous one, this r of t is the input function and c of t is the output, which is applied from the plant, and h of s is the feedback, and this gp of s is the plant. And here we are able to see a block which is consisting of a transfer function, that is 1 minus e power minus ts divided by s. This particular function is nothing but called as a zero order fold or the fold circuit. 1 minus e power minus ts divided by s is nothing but called as a zero order fold or a fold circuit. Okay. So the input signal R of t is going to be processed through the entire system, and it is going to give another signal which is called as C of t. C of Okay, that means R of t, which is given as an input to the system, it is going to be converted. That means if the signal is going to be converted into E of t, that means error, and it is given as an input to the sampler, which is going to be converted as a conjugate. That is E conjugate of t is given as an input to the whole circuit, and this whole circuit is going to hold that particular signal for a while, and it is given as an input to the plant, and the overall system with the including of the feedback is going to give a output signal, that is C of T. C of Okay. So from this figure, let us analyze this E of S. That means let us consider in S domain. Okay. So in S domain, this E of S or a error signal in case of the error S domain is going to be represented as E of S is equal to R of S minus H of S into C of S. E of S is equal to R of S minus H of S into C of S. That means here E of S is here, which is going to give us the R of S is going to be the input, and H of S, which is multiplied with C of S, is going to be get back and the feedback one. Therefore, this particular E of S is going to be taken as R of S minus H of S into C of S. H of S into Okay, is it clear? So this error signal U of S can be taken as R of S minus H of S into C of S. But in order to develop an expression for the steady state error, we have to consider a module, and that module is going to be represented with the final value theorem. Final value theorem. In order to develop an expression for the steady state error with consideration of the all sampling instant, that means sampling period capital T, we have to take into the account of final value theorem. Final value theorem. And the final value theorem with respect to the error signal, the final value theorem with respect to the error signal can be taken as limit k tends to infinity, E of kt is equal to limit z tends to 1 minus z inverse into E of z. 1 minus z inverse into E of z. Okay, so this is the initial value theorem with respect to the error signal. Error signal. So, so in order to determine the overall transfer function of this particular block with respect to the zero order code, the overall transfer function with respect to the zero order fold circuit can be expressed as g of z is equal to 1 minus z inverse into z transform of here this gp of s divided by s. That means this particular 1 minus e power minus ts divided by s. In case of the z domain, it is going to be taken as g of z is equal to 1 minus z inverse into z transform of gp of s divided by s. And this particular expression has been discussed by us in the pulse transfer function lecture. Pulse transfer function lecture. How the overall transfer function is going to be developed with the inclusion of a zero order fold function. So, with the inclusion of the zero order fold function, the overall transfer function g of z can be taken as 1 minus z inverse into z transform of gp of s divided by s. So let us multiply this particular g of z with h of z. H of z. So which is going to give us 1 minus z inverse into z transform of gp of s into h of s divided by s. gp of s into h of s divided by but but we are having the overall pulse transfer function expression for this kind of block diagram as for this particular type of block diagram, the pulse transfer function can be expressed as C of z divided by R of z as G into H of z, sorry, G of z divided by 1 plus G into H of z. And this particular expression is also taken from the pulse transfer function lecture. The pulse transfer, that means while discussing about the concepts of the pulse transfer function, I have shown I have shown the overall pulse transfer functions for different types of the modules. That means for different types of the block diagrams, we have seen the overall transfer function. The overall transfer function, that is C of z divided by R of z. Therefore, the overall transfer function for this kind of block diagram can be expressed as C of z divided by R of z is equal to G of z divided by 1 plus G into H of z. And from this expression, we can take from this particular expression, sorry, we can take this E of z as R of z minus G into H of z into E of z. E of z is equal to R of z minus G into H of z into E of z. Or else, this E of z, this E of z can be taken as R of z divided by 1 plus G into H of z. 1 plus G into H of z. Why? Because this particular expression, in this expression, we are able to have the C of z error signal is going to be consisting of both R of z and H of z. So after certain calculations, we can yield the error signal in case of the z domain as E of z is equal to R of z divided by 1 plus G into H of z. So, so based upon the final value theorem expression, the steady state error can be taken as limit z tends to 1 minus z inverse into 1 R of z divided by 1 plus G into H of z. Steady state error can be taken as limit z tends to 1 minus z inverse into R of z divided by 1 plus G into H of z. 1 plus G into H of z. Okay, so this is the final expression which is going to be representing. This is the final expression which is going to be representing the steady state error with a feedback H of z. With a feedback H of z. Simply, simply, this particular steady state error depends upon the input signal R of z and a feedback loop that is G into H of z. The steady state error simply depends upon the input function R of z and a feedback loop that is nothing but G into H of z. So this is the final expression. This is the final expression for the steady state error. This is the final expression for the steady state error, which is consisting of a feedback for H of Z. Okay. So in this way, we are going to derive the expression for the steady state error specification. That means the steady state response specifications is nothing but called as the steady state error. Steady state error. Okay. That steady state error is nothing but called as the steady state response specification. Steady state response specification. Okay. So now let us discuss based upon this particular steady state error. We are going to frame three different types of error constants. Three different types of error constants. That means based upon this particular steady state error expression, we are going to derive. We are going to derive. That means frame three different types of error constants. Error constants. So the first one is type 0 system or position error constant. Position error constant. First type of error constant is called as a simple type 0 system or a position error constant. Position error constant. So what is meant by a type 0 system? Type 0 system means when you consider about the order of the transfer function, order of the transfer function which is having a zero order polynomial input, then that particular system is called as the type 0 system. That means The systems which are having a finite non-zero steady state error with zero order polynomial input is called as type 0 systems. The steady state errors are mainly categorized or discussed with the poles of the input function. Okay, so the system which is going to take the step input, that means the step function as an input, then that particular system is called as the type 0 system. The systems which is going to take step function as an input, then the particular systems are called as the type 0 systems. Type 0 systems. Therefore, as far as the definition is going to be taken, the systems having a finite non-zero steady state error with a zero order polynomial input are called as type 0 systems. Type 0 systems. That means the systems which are going to take the step function as an input to the system is called as a type 0 system. Type 0 system. And the position error constant for this particular system can be taken as the position error constant. That means we are going to derive the expression for the position error. Therefore, the position error for this system can be taken as R of t is equal to U of t. R of t is equal to U of t. Why? Because U of t is nothing but a step function. The systems which are going to take the step function as an input are called as the type 0 systems. Therefore, R of t is nothing but input function is equal to step function, and applying the Z transform for this input function, we are going to get R of Z. That means R of t is going to be converted into R of Z, which is nothing but Z divided by Z minus 1. That is, it can be represented as 1 divided by 1 minus Z inverse. That means Z divided by Z minus 1. That is the Z transform of a step function. And with respect to the steady state error formula, this R of Z is nothing but Z divided by Z minus 1. That is 1 divided by 1 minus Z inverse. So just substitute this particular R of Z in this steady state expression. In this steady state error expression, we are going to get steady state error is equal to limit Z tends to 1. This 1 minus Z inverse and 1 minus Z inverse is going to be cancelled out, which is going to give 1 divided by 1 plus G into H of J. 1 plus G into H of J. So let us consider this particular G into H of Z as Kp. That means limit Z tends to 1, G into H of Z as Kp, and this particular Kp is called as a position error constant. And this particular Kp is called as a position error constant. Once again, the type 0 systems are nothing but the systems which are going to take the step function as an input are called as the type 0 systems. As per the definition, the systems which are having a finite non-zero steady-state error with zero-order polynomial input are called as the type 0 systems. Therefore, the input function R of t is nothing but step function, and applying the transform for this function, R of t is going to be converted into R of z, that is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse. So just substitute this particular R of z in this steady-state error expression. We are going to be steady state error ESS is equal to limit Z tends to 1 divided by 1 plus G into H of Z, where limit Z tends to 1, G into H of Z is nothing but called as position error constant, KP, position error constant. Okay, so this is the first type of the system with respect to the steady state. Now, let us discuss about the second type of the error constant, that is called as the velocity error constant or type 1 system. The second system or the second constant is nothing but called as velocity error constant, which is simply called as type 1 system. Type 1 system. Okay. So these type 1 systems are here in the previously type 0 systems are simply called as simply called as whenever the system is going to take the step function as an input. And similarly, these type 1 systems are called as the systems which are going to take the ramp function as an input is called as the type 1 systems. The systems which are going to take a ramp function as an input is called as a type 1 systems. So as per the definition, we can discuss the systems which are having a non-zero steady state error with a first order polynomial input are called as the type 1 system. The system having a finite, that means whatever the systems which are having a finite non-zero steady state error with a first order polynomial input are called as a type 1 systems. Type 1 systems. That means the systems which are going to consider or allow the ramp function as an input is called as a type 1 system. Therefore, this function input function R of t is nothing but ramp function u into R of the previously it is taken as u into s of t. Why? Because it is a step function. Here, the input function is nothing but u into R of t. That is nothing but ramp function. Therefore, applying the jet transform for this function, we are going to get R of z is equal to t into z divided by z minus 1 whole square. T into z divided by z minus 1 whole square, which is going to give t into z inverse divided by 1 minus z inverse whole square. R of z is equal to t into z divided by z minus 1 whole square, that is equal to t into z inverse divided by 1 minus z inverse whole square. 1 minus z inverse whole square. So just substituting this particular R of z in the steady state expression here. Just substituting that particular expression in this steady state error expression, we are going to get limit z tends to 1 e divided by z minus 1 into g into h of z. e divided by z minus 1 into g into h of z with a limit of z tends to where this particular expression, that means 1 divided by t into limit z tends to 1 z minus 1 into g into h of z is just considered as kv, and this particular kv is called as the velocity error constant. Velocity error constant. Okay, simple thing. This just taking just taking the ramp function as an input, just taking the ramp function as an input and applying the Z transform, we are going to get an expression for R of Z, and just substituting this particular R of Z in the steady state error expression, we are going to give a steady state expression with respect to the velocity error constant as limit z tends to 1 t divided by z minus 1 into g into h of z, where kv is equal to 1 divided by t limit z tends to 1 z minus 1 into g into h of z is considered as kv, which is called as the velocity error constant, which is considered as or known as velocity error constant. Velocity error constant. Okay, so this is the second type of the error constant, simply called as velocity error constant. The first one is position error constant, and the second one is velocity error constant, and the third one is acceleration error constant, and it is also called as the type 2 system. Type 2 systems. So the type 0 systems are considered as the systems which are going to accept the step function as an input are called as the type 0 functions, and type 1 functions are called as the systems which are going to accept the ramp function as an input are called as the type 1 systems, and similarly The systems which are going to accept the parabolic functions as an input are called as the type 2 systems. The systems which are going to accept a parabolic function as an input are called as the type 2 systems. As far as the definition is concerned, the systems having a finite non-zero steady-state error with a second-order polynomial input. In case of the position error, with a zero-order polynomial function. In case of the velocity error, it is a with a first-order polynomial function. While talking about the second type, that means type 2 systems, the systems which are having a finite non-zero steady-state error with a second-order polynomial input are called as a type 2 systems. That means the systems which are going to accept the parabolic functions as an input are simply called as the type 2 systems. And the error constant which is going to be obtained for this type 2 constants are type 2 systems are called as the acceleration error constant. The error constants which is going to be read for this type 2 systems are called as the acceleration error constant. Acceleration error. Therefore, therefore, the jet transform for the jet transform for the parabolic functions is going to be taken as r of z is equal to e square into z into z plus 1 divided by 2 into z minus 1 whole. It can be taken as, in terms of the z inverse, e square into 1 plus z inverse into z inverse divided by 2 into 1 minus z inverse whole cube. And this is the expression regarding to the jet transform of a ramp function. Jet transform of a parabolic function. Jet transform of a parabolic function. Okay. So just substitute this particular R of z in the steady state error equation. Just substitute this particular R of z, that means we are going to be read in expression is going to be substituted in this particular ESS steady state error expression. We are going to get the steady state error as t square divided by 2 into limit z tends to 1, z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 whole square into 1 plus g into h of z. Just substituting this particular R object in the steady state error expression, we are going to get the steady state error as t square divided by 2 limit z tends to 1, z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 whole square into 1 plus g into h of z. And simply it can be written as, rewritten as 1 divided by 1 divided by limit z tends to 1, z minus 1 whole square divided by t square into g into h of z. Therefore, this particular constant term is taken as a Ka. That means where K is nothing but limit z tends to 1, z minus 1 whole square divided by t square into g into h of z. And this particular Ka is called as the acceleration error constant. Acceleration error constant. Okay. So this Ka is nothing but called as the acceleration error. So far we have seen the specifications according to the steady state responses. That means we have derived an expression for the steady state error for a closed loop transfer function which is considered with a zero order pole circuit, and after that we have implemented the expressions for the error constants. Expressions for the error constants. Those are position error, velocity error, and acceleration error. Position error, velocity error, and acceleration. Okay. So while talking about this particular table, it is going to give the steady state error values for different types of the inputs. for different types of the inputs. Simply, as I have discussed it earlier, this particular table is going to give the steady state errors for different types of the inputs. So for type 0 systems, these are going to be implemented only for the step input, and it is going to be taken as 1 divided by 1 plus k. And ramp for ramp input, the steady state error for type 0 system is infinity and parabolic system is infinity. And for type 1 systems with step input, the value is 0, and for ramp input it is 1 by kV, and for parabolic functions it is infinity. And for type 2 systems, the steady state error for step input is 0, and for ramp input is 0, and for parabolic input is 1 by. So this particular table is going to represent the steady state error values for different types of the input functions which we have taken for the closed loop transfer function, such as the step input, ramp input, and parabolic. And type 0 systems are going to be taken up for the step input. Therefore, the ramp function and parabolic functions are going to get an infinity value. Infinity value. So for the type 1 system are concerned for ramp functions. Therefore, the steady state error for the step input and parabolic inputs are 0 and infinity. And for the type 2 systems are going to be concerned with parabolic functions. Therefore, the steady state error for the step input and the ramp input values are 0. So based upon this particular table, you can get you can get a question in your university examinations, not only in the university examinations, in the competitive exams, in the competitive exams. Okay. So these are the topics regarding to the steady state response and the specifications. Okay. So based upon this particular systems, we will discuss a problem. We will do a problem in the next class. Okay. So with this, I am going to wind up the class for today. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.